Sounds good.
Just check for time because we're saying we want to do like between 30-45 minutes, right?
Yeah, I don't think we can even stay on that topic for so long. There's
No, but it depends on what comes out after like viewing it too.
Yeah.
All right. And we still have to figure out a name for our podcast.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I'm done with names, Monique.
We'll figure it out. All right. Welcome everyone to the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Monique, and we have Uni here. On today's podcast, we will be watching a video that Uni found on not YouTube. So you found it on Facebook, right?
I found it on Facebook. I watch a lot of Steve Harvey for some reason, even though there was this one time I really didn't agree. I think me and you didn't agree with Steve Harvey, but this topic was a little weird. Not weird. It's just like,
it's interesting. We have yet to watch it. But just for those of you that are new to our, little podcast, this is where basically Uni and I kind of take you into our world of our conversations that we have on a normal basis. So we hope that you find our conversations entertaining as much as we find ourselves entertaining. So what we're going to do for this one is we're going to actually show you the video and you'll get our live reactions because like Uni said, this is something that she sent to me. We have yet to watch it, but just from the title, it seemed very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to share.
Fantastic.
Ooh. I'll put us over here. Okay, here we go.
Where's Janice?
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Janice.
Okay, so I have a very interesting situation that was requested of me. So I had an ex-boyfriend for 20 years ago. Over the years, we've kept in touch. We saw each other from time to time and hook up and things of that nature. So here's the twist. He recently asked me to be the godmother of his child. His fiance is pregnant. Now, I never met the woman. I don't know what dialogue that
I'm stopping it right here for right now. My first question is it normal for people really to be in that type of contact with their ex?
I mean, I am not in that way where I'm hooking up, but I think when you become friends or you're comfortable with that person or you've been through many things and stuff like that, you still have a connection. If it ended in a sense of amicability, like if it was still like good, but like the hooking up thing and all that other stuff, that's just, I don't hang out with my ex. I'll text him from time to time, but I think you're playing with fire when you're doing all that other extra stuff.
But the ex that I think I'm thinking that you're mentioning, you guys were friends first.
Yeah, we were friends. We were best friends. So I think that's another. All right. And I think when we got into a relationship, I think it became an extra step of friendship, but we never even got out of the friendship zone. Still, we were still in that friendship zone.
You were still kind of like, the friends. Okay,
I just think Steve's face was hilarious, and I had to laugh because he even looked like this ain't no good.
All right, let's see what else. I'll continue. Those two had, but he specifically came to me because he trusts me. He said if anything was to happen to him, then he would trust that I would take care of his child. So, Steve, what should I do about this situation?
So, look, this is weird. Have you met the fiance?
I have not. I spoke to her on the phone though.
No, that ain't the same thing.
Facts.
So, okay, you've been, this is ex from 20 years ago.
20 years ago in college.
That's a long
stayed in touch
time.
with each other.
Yes.
So that means y'all seen each other a couple times after that?
We have, and we do live in 2 different states.
Oh, okay. So ain't nobody drove that far for nothing.
Facts.
She is hilarious. Can I just say that?
No, I could see why he stayed friends with her. She seems like a fun person and everything else. But as the fiance, I don't know.
Okay, I'll continue with
I'm not
this.
saying I'm jealous or
No, but like from what I'm getting is that he used to travel far just to be with her because they weren't in the same states or whatever, right?
okay, so they didn't hook up. She said hook up at the very beginning. And we hooked up and stuff like that from time to time.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
But then she's saying that they didn't travel to see each other. So I'm confused.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewind this, okay?
Have you met the fiance?
I have not. I spoke to her on the phone though.
It's a little further back.
No, that ain't the same.
I'm sorry.
He said if anything was to ever to happen to him, then he would trust that I would take care of his child.
Sorry, Monique.
So here's the twist. He recently asked me to be
More
the godmother of his child.
It's like the very beginning when she was talking about it.
Hold on, okay, because I have to get this story
Where's
right.
Janice?
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Janice.
Okay, so I
like
have
her
a
hair.
very interesting situation that was requested of me. So I had an ex-boyfriend for 20 years ago. Over the years, we've kept in touch. We saw each other from time to time and hook up and things of that nature. So here's the twist. He recently asked me.
They hook up.
They hooked up from time to time. And then I think she said.
Is she talking about hook up or she talking about hooking
No,
up?
hookup is hookup. But there's no other definition for hookup. Okay. There is no other definition.
I'm just saying, like, is there another definition for hookup? Is it hook up or I'm looking at chocolate? I need chocolate.
In my book, a man and a woman, or like say you're attracted to the opposite, whatever sex you're attracted to.
Yeah.
And it's someone that you dated and you hook up. Hook up is, the adults dance that you do. I don't know.
That's
do you
nice, classy way of saying that?
Like when I say you and I hook up, like, oh, we hooked up and went to the mall. I don't think so. I would say we met up.
I mean, some people use hook up. Oh, we hooked up today.
No, like hook up, like really? Because I hook up, oh, you gave me the hookup. That's, you did something or whatever for me. But I don't know how she was talking, how it sound. Hooking up is hooking up.
Yeah, I think that's what got me, because they didn't have that relationship going further after their relationship.
No, let's see, because I think she mentioned that they live in the same different states, right? That's how. But and Steve was like, oh well, no one will travel. Let's watch this. See if I can get that part before I start digging my grave.
To be the godmother of his child. His fiance is pregnant. Now, I never met the woman.
Look at his face.
I don't know what dialogue that those two had, but he specifically came to me because he trusts me. He said if anything was to ever to happen to him, then he would trust that I would take care of his child. So, Steve, what should I do about this situation?
No.
Look at the people in back. Look at the people in back. The audience.
This is weird.
Okay, listen.
Have you met the fiance?
I have not. I spoke to her on the phone though.
No, that ain't the same thing.
Facts.
So
I can say hi.
Okay, you've been. This is your ex from 20 years ago.
20 years ago in college.
You stayed in touch with each other.
Yes.
So that means y'all seen each other a couple times after that?
We have, and we do live in 2 different states.
Oh, okay. So ain't nobody drove that far for
Wait,
nothing.
what she said?
Because we live in 2 different states.
No, so I need sorry, I need captions.
I don't trust anything that she's saying.
I need captions because I kind of felt like she said we do.
I didn't think she said she do.
Hold on, I put on the captions.
Okay.
Yes.
So that means y'all seen each other a couple times after that?
We have, and we do live in 2 different states.
We have.
Okay, so ain't nobody drove that far for nothing.
Facts.
You see, because that's why I was like, no, I had to hear that again, because she's like, we live in different states. And he said, do we hook up times? And she said, we do. And he's like, basically saying that no one is going to drive that far, meaning that, you know, your adult dancing you're doing is so good that he's traveling from another state to come see you.
But he's with somebody now.
No, but we
So
don't
are
know.
they still
But
seeing each
no,
other?
but that we don't know, because I'm taking it as this is probably prior to him
Meeting this girl.
Yeah.
Or having a baby. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But question though, like when you picked me to be my baby's godmother, did you discuss it with your other half?
No.
Oh, because I don't know.
I already said it to him. I didn't discuss it because he had no decision for me anyways.
No, but I mean, you discussed it, but I'm wondering if he discussed it, like for example,
I didn't have a normal situation.
No, but no, I'm saying like I'm having a baby, right? And I'm like to my person, like, oh, so and so is going to be the godmother. I would think he should question if I never brought up so and so's name before, or the relationship that I have with so and so. You know what I mean? Oh, so and so is my cousin, so and so my friend, that's my sister, that's my whatever it is.
Like a godmother, godfather. I mean, things can change.
Yeah, no, but I'm like, usually I was think if that's the way you want to go, that because not everyone have godparents, but if you're like, oh, we're gonna have godparent situation, I would think that if someone brings up a name you never heard before, you would question it.
Yeah, I'd be like, who is that person?
And what is their relationship to you? And the relationship just means like, oh, is that your cousin? Is that your aunt? Is, like, where do they fit in your life?
Oh, yeah. Because if, back in the days, if you had a godmother, godfather, if something did happen to you, they were basically responsible. Nowadays, it's a little different, but it's nice to have somebody, you want to give somebody special to you the title of godmother, godfather. So you would want to know why this person's so special to you that you're giving them this title, like, especially if they're not family or blood related. Why is this person that special that you,
but I feel like if the person is special, I would know their relationship. And I'm just curious, and I don't know if she says it later on, like, how did it come that she spoke to the girlfriend on the phone? And like, I just have a lot of questions, like, oh, let me speak to her. Well, like, okay, let me continue, because I have a lot of questions.
Like this lady that's being shown right now, that's how
you guys almost have on the same outfit.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right, I'm gonna press play.
Let your church say amen.
Amen.
Amen again.
Yeah.
So I think we all know what happened when y'all go see each other.
Yes.
All that driving. Woo, I'm tired.
We not wasting time.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't getting no room. I figure,
I would. If that guy asked me that, I could say, I'm gonna say no. I would feel so uncomfortable. I mean, I don't know the whole story. I don't know what happens at the end, but I personally would feel uncomfortable.
I just don't feel comfortable I know she's probably reminiscing, but I don't feel comfortable how it's like she's enjoying this.
Well, because she knows she always has a power over
a connection to him.
Yeah. And now she's gonna have more. Now that she's a godmother, she has even more of a connection. That means she gets to see the kid. That means she gets to, I don't. Let's see.
So you've been seeing this guy off and on, but you all don't have a relationship. You do your thing, he do his.
Facts.
He's gotten a fiance. You okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
You ain't tripping?
No, I'm not.
He wants you to be the godmother.
Yes.
Wait, are they still together? Wait.
Yes.
Are they still together doing this? All of this time?
No, I'm gonna say no. I know you think it's I'm gonna say no.
She really is.
I'm telling you, like, she seems too happy about this.
She's too much because she likes this. Is she still sleeping with this man?
Let's see. I want to be asked that question. Let's see if he ever asks.
He will.
Are you gonna meet the fiance?
Yes, we did talk about that because, like I said, I did talk to her over the phone.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, he told her about me, but I don't know what extent he told
No,
her.
he ain't. No,
He told her
listen to me.
nothing.
You already know
He
what
told
he
her
ain't
nothing.
He knows better.
What?
I would
What
say
man?
no.
Like he told her nothing. He's like, oh, that's my
If
friend.
if my dude came up to me and was like, here's my friend, I want her to be the godmother. I was sleeping with her from time to time during the years.
I don't
You
think
see on
any
the
man
5
would.
o'clock news, girl goes crazy, murders a man. Monique helps
No.
bury the body.
No, friend states that she was at her house watching movies.
Yeah,
You,
see, that's
you,
good. That's a
you,
smart one.
Yudi, I don't think any man with a brain cell will be like, yeah, so yeah, we slept together. I traveled to go sleep with her. She traveled to go sleep with me, but I want her to be the godmother. This must be some made up something.
No, that dude would have been dead. I'm not joking, right? He would have been dead.
Because have you heard of sneaky link?
I found the definition of what that was because I had no idea.
I just learned about it yesterday. But from what I remember, like a sneaky link is someone that you hook up with, but no one knows that you're hooking up with them. To me, I wonder if that's what they were, but I would never.
But are they still?
I don't know. I feel like they pop. Okay,
that's what I care about. Are you still? Because it feels like you are. Because she's not saying, oh, but we're not doing it anymore. We're not hooking up anymore. She didn't say any of that.
No.
She never said that. Like, oh, we stopped like 15 years ago. We stopped 10 years ago.
No, so we were friends for 20 years. Like, it's like it's ongoing. Okay.
Ooh.
Goes to his fiance and say, look, she's a friend of mine. I want her to be the godmother of our child. And oh, by the way, every now and then, when we drive this far,
I'm gonna sleep with her.
He can stay with me and we spend the night together. Do you know, see, when you meet her, she's going to know instantly.
Exactly, every woman knows.
That God gave women. But if
you
are screwing around on your wife and the woman is in the mall,
you smell her a mile away.
She picks up on her ass.
Who are you looking at?
Who is that? Why are you smiling?
I remember
is
my
sick.
ex. I'm sorry to pause it, but it's the truth. I remember my ex, who is my best friend. And I'll say that. And we're walking, and here we are. I see this girl all the way down on the other side. You remember our mom? So they were at the Sears. We got the Sears, and we were coming up this way, on the bottom floor. And there's something about her, the way she looked at us while we're coming. And I'm not gonna say, but she was blonde hair, blue eye girl, walking, very beautiful, fine. And here's my ex looking at her, and hey, haven't seen you for a while. And here's him. Oh, this is somebody I used to work with. Hi. Now he had one work wife that I knew of. Mm-hmm. This wasn't a work wife though. You could tell the difference between a work wife.
No, because a work wife, because I know I have a work husband. But it's like it's nothing sexual. Like it's almost like that's your best friend, but you just gave them the definition of
because you're around them all the time.
Yeah.
And everything else, but there's nothing going on. I mean, he worked out with after work.
It's not someone that you would want to entertain in real life. Only.
Yeah, but it was fine. This wasn't no work wife. This wasn't even a friend. I knew this chick was no friend. Here we go. Couple of months down the line, guess who boobies just popped up on my ex's phone? This girl who saw him. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it. Women can tell. Women can tell that another woman is looking at your man or your partner or whatever. We can tell. It was like a magical power that women know when somebody is looking at their partner or checking them out, or there's some kind of relations, because there's something weird. There's a vibe.
No, it's like, is this a vibe? Because I know that with me, like with my ex, it was like where I noticed like on his Facebook, it was like this girl, she kept on commenting, but how she commented was like probably a regular person would be like, okay, well, she just said, hey, nice picture, whatever. Like, no, I don't like how this person said nice picture, whatever. And I'm like, who is this person? Because like he will have like a whole bunch of girls and everything commenting, but it was like, no, this person, I don't like this person. I don't like how you respond to her, and I don't like how she's responding to you. And they were cheating with one another. So I don't know. It's like one of those things where you kind of know. You can't explain it.
Energy shouldn't be there. Whatever that energy is, because you could tell when somebody finds another person attractive. You could feel it. It's like a weird connection. And you just know, like the other day we were walking in Target, and I make fun of Theodore now about it, because Theodore is oblivious to things. He just doesn't pay attention. But I see a girl in her group and they're walking, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of these like cute little girls walking. And I say little girls is because we're old. We're 38.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're 38.
Do not. No. No. I am not. I'm not your age. I'm not your age. I am not your age.
I don't know. You better cut this scene out because it's gonna be a very long you are. So we're 38. And these girls have to be in their like early 20s. So I'm gonna call them, sorry, I'm probably old school, but people who are younger than me, even by a year, I sometimes just call them kids. So here's these young kids coming up. And for some reason, I looked at this girl, and she's the only one staring at Theodore, who's looking at the Target at the beginning. They get you with the $1, $3, $5 aisle. You ever seen that? And they have all these little things, and they're so cute. And he's just oblivious. He knows I'm going to stop over there. So he's just pushing the shopping cart all cute. And here she is looking at him, and she fixes her hair. And I'm like, stop looking at my man. But you could tell when it was like, I wasn't even paying attention to her, but I felt the heat on my man. This dude is stupid. He's gonna get caught.
Well, I mean, now he is, because if the fiance is seeing the Steve Harvey and she meets this woman, she's gonna know.
Because nobody has the name of Johnnice, right?
No, not a Johnnice, yeah.
But not that spelling.
All right, let's see.
Not that spelling.
Let's see.
Wait a minute. The is in here.
We know, you're right.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know how women can do that, but you can't play with women. So when you meet her, can you video it for us?
He's so mean. He's so mean.
He knows.
I think you should pass on that.
Okay.
I think because it's going to be too complicated, it's going to lead into some other situations.
She's not happy.
I mean, look, you're probably a great person. He knows that. Right. And sweetheart, and he could trust you, but I don't think that's, he ain't got no other friends, no relatives.
Right?
I was wondering that too. Like, you don't have
No, she wasn't wondering
friends, because my first initial reaction was like, wait, why are you asking me that? Because I still haven't given him an answer, because I'm just startled on it. Like, this is weird. I thought the same thing. Like, we cool, but like, what did you tell her? So that's what
he ain't told her that.
He ain't told nothing.
Yeah, you ain't that damn cool. I think in the best interest of the child, his relationship with her, you should probably pass on that.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
She didn't think that. She was gonna say yes.
She look, if you rewind it a little back, her face when he said don't do it dropped. She did not look happy.
You ain't that damn cool. I think in the best interest of the child,
Oh, a little
his
bit.
relationship with her, you should probably pass on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would.
That part, it was more back.
It was a little bit back when he first finally got back to her about it. I don't know where it is.
Probably here.
Let's see. Yeah.
Was that? And sweetheart, and he could trust you, but I don't think that's, you know, he ain't got no other friends, no relatives.
I was wondering that too. Like, you don't have any close friends? Because my first initial
Maybe it's
reaction was
further
like,
back.
wait, why are you asking me that? You know,
I
because I
just
still
want you to
haven't given
zoom
him
into
an
her
answer.
face.
You know, because I'm just startled on it. Like,
You think it was further back?
This is weird.
Maybe,
you know, I
maybe.
thought the
Let's let
same
it
thing.
go
Like,
right.
we cool, but like, what did you tell her? You know, so that's what I
Well, he
wonder.
ain't told her that.
Maybe it wasn't
Yeah, you
further
ain't
back.
that damn cool.
It wasn't that back.
I think
but it
in the
was.
best interest of the child,
Oh, wait,
his
wait.
relationship with her, you should probably pass on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I would.
I think it was a little further back, but she still had the same facial expression of she's not happy with that answer that he gave her. She wants to be a part of it. She needs that because then that keeps them together for whatever reason. Chica, he didn't pick you. Move on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe like because I know that like I have some toxic traits, you know, I probably have many that I need to work on. But if I am with someone, right? Like, you know, like say, because it seems as if they never dated. It just seems as if they're really just hooked up.
Yeah.
And I hooked up with you for years on end. Wouldn't you feel some way that you never asked me to be your girlfriend? Or to be in a serious relationship with you?
I think she's just happy with whatever, you know, there's some people who are just happy with whatever energy you give them. It's almost like a companion. You remember, like, at one point in time, I wanted to try companionship because I didn't care. I didn't want the person to live with me. I had my own life and my own things, but I did want somebody I could go on a date every once in a while with and talk to and stuff like that. But
that's more than a hookup. Because like how I define hookup is strictly just for, you know, the horizontal dance, whatever dance you want to call it. But a companionship is like, it's more like a relationship, but you're not living together. You know that this is not going to go any further than this. Like, it's not going to lead to a marriage, but you still do things that you will do. Like, say, if you're dating someone or if you were married to someone, where I feel hooking up is just strictly hooking up, where your friends may know this person that you're hooking up with, or they may not, versus a companionship. I think the close people that you consider close in your life will know about your companion.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for her, I mean, they talked, they were friends, they had, you know, all this other stuff. I think she was just fine with whatever it was. And honestly, I think sometimes people just want to feel special. I think she wanted to feel special. Like, he's still talking to me. He's still with me, even though he's with her. Because how many women fight for a man and it's the mistress and she's like, well, he still, you know, or the wife, and he still comes home to me. Wow, he still comes home to you after he has just hooked up with this girl. He still comes home to you so that you could cook, clean, and
do
take care.
do all the nitty gritty. No, because it's like, because even like me, I know what I tend to do, and you know, like I know most people don't do that, but it's just me, because I don't like to have complications. I don't like to have drama in my life. But like growing up, I had a lot of guy friends, and it's like I feel like as a girl, you kind of know when your guy friends kind of like you, and when they just like you. And I know that the ones that kind of liked me, but they just decided that, you know, this is what maybe I'm able to, or what I felt comfortable with. Once they got a girlfriend, I cut ties with them, because like I didn't want anyone to misconstrue anything, because like it's not like I would be flirting on my end or anything, because that's just not my personality. But I don't want that he says something, like Steve said, and I think we both agree, women can pick up when you like someone. So I never wanted to be like, say, at the cause of your problems in your relationship. So like, say if I saw that you liked me And it's like, even when you're with this person, that like is still there. I automatically just cut you off. Like, I don't really talk to you anymore because I don't want to be that.
I grew up, I have a lot of guy friends. I still have a lot of guy friends. But if they're definitely in a relationship or something like that, listen, I'm not going to reach out to you unless you reach out to me, because I don't want to have your girl think that there's something between me and you or something like that. Like, no, I just don't want problems or drama. Even if I'm like, hey, how's it going? I still don't want any kind of problems or drama. Every once in a while, I might send you a meme. I might send you a music video that it sounded like something that we used to listen to or something like that. But mostly it's like, I won't be like, hey, how's your day? I might just send you a meme and be like, and that's it. So half of our conversations are just memes, but at least we know that we're still friends. But I'm not going to be like, hey, you want to go out for a drink? Hey, do you want to go here? Do you want to meet with me? I'm not going to meet with my guy friends. I'm not going to do that unless your girlfriend is coming and my partner's
Like,
coming.
it's a couple thing or something.
Yeah,
but even then, like, I feel like if I know the person kind of like me, I'm not doing it.
it's a little weird for that, but like I used to do couple back in the days, a long time ago. We used to have like couple, not even couples, but it's like you would get a group of couples and you just go out. So my ex would bring his friends, and then I would bring my friends, who tend to be men, who would bring their wives
Girlfriends or whatever, yeah.
fiancés or whatever it was, and we would just have a good time. And it was just a normal thing, and for the most part, I respect the women because they're my guys, girls and stuff like that. So I'm gonna, talk to them because I want to get to know them too. Like, but I didn't hook up with any of them. I don't drive to them from time to time and have relationships with them. If that was the case, then we need to cut it. Let's not make this weird and awkward for each other, especially if you're with somebody at this moment. I don't want to be around you. I don't know, it's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable situation, I would think. But some people are really easy on it too. Like,
no, but
oh,
I
well,
think it's no, but I think it's what you said. It's like what you're willing to take because of whatever feelings you have. Because I'm thinking like the person that I am currently with, like, we're not whatever, but if that person was to get someone that's like, okay, this is a person I'm going to be in a relationship with, to me, it's over. Like, we don't need to be calling or anything, because if we're just, like I said, we're just hooking up. We're just hooking up. Now the hooking up component is taken out of the picture.
yeah,
Why are we still talking?
Yeah, I have somebody else to hook up with, unless it's like a real friend. Like I have a friend, and we used to do couple dates and stuff like that. I went to school with him when I was in high school and everything else. He has a wife, but you know what? Every once in a while, I'll reach out to him. I'll talk to him. He'll reach out to me, want to find out stuff like that. If me and him hooked up at any point in time, I wouldn't have this relationship with him. I wouldn't be talking to him because that part is done. Like that, like you said, that hookup part is done.
So why are we still corresponding? But
Yeah,
what I didn't like is like, I don't know, like I feel like when she was like, oh no, I was confused about that also, why, he was asking me. And I'm like, you weren't confused, because the answer should have been no.
No, this is uncomfortable. This is a weird situation. I would have came up to him if we're that close, if we're friends, and ask, hey, did you tell her that me and you hook up? Do you tell her that we saw each other last week or whatever? Do you tell her any of these things? Is she comfortable with it? Like, I'm not going to do that to some other female. I'm not going to do that to somebody else, because I wouldn't want that. And honestly, if people look back at the video, you see her facial expression. She is not happy when Steve is like, I wouldn't do it.
But what in her mind would she think that someone would tell her, that's fine. You guys are friends, so it's okay.
She wants to be still as still, I'm sorry to like bring this lady out because she looks like a sweet lady. She looks like a nice person, but that doesn't mean the situations that you're placed in makes you a good doing good things at that time. We all do bad things at certain times. That doesn't make us a bad person. I don't think she's a bad person, so I'm not going to say she is in a whole. But with that, for some reason, you can kind of tell she wants to be that woman that says he comes home to me still.
Yeah, it's like you said that some type of power dynamic, because I would be so upset that he's even putting me in this situation. Like you said, also upset that, wait, but this is your fiance. Aren't you taking her feelings into consideration? Because I'm sure if this was on the other hand, where your fiance was, some guy that she was hooking up with and everything, and she's like, oh no, but he's such a good guy. He has a good job. He's, he'll be a great uncle to our kids and stuff like that. That you will be like, yeah, sure, we could make him the godfather. I'm sure that that guy would tell her no, because it more like you said, he wants to be able to be like, oh, well, no, I guess find some way to keep her in his life.
Oh yeah, they both are doing this to each other. This poor lady and the baby are in the middle of it all. And honestly, that lady's probably going to say yes. I don't think she's going to take anything.
No, because I think she was looking for him to say yes to her, because when he said no, it was almost like, no, yeah, I did question it though, because why he didn't ask his other friends. But to me, I would have been like, if we're so cool that you think I'll be a great godmother, but like, wait, why are you asking me this? We have history, and I don't think that this is right for I don't think this is right to put your fiance in that situation. Now, if your fiance asked me, I still would say no though, but if your fiance asked me, that would be a different story. She reading your history. But I don't know, like for me, it's more like you said, that it's that neither one of them want to let go. But I personally, being that I don't want to say egotistical, but I'm petty. But like, wait, no, like you didn't want to date me. You didn't want to have a relationship with me. Why the hell are we talking? I'm not good enough for you. Why you still want me here? No, I will be pissed. Like I'm no one's number two. I refuse to be anyone's number two. If I'm gonna be with you, I'm your one and only.
I was scared.
Yeah. Girl,
I don't know who you're talking to. I felt whoever you're talking to.
Imaginary person in my head.
I was scared. I was scared. I was about to get off of this because it was scary. No, you're absolutely right. This dude held you on for 20 years, and in between all the other girls and all the other nonsense he's been through, he kept you so he could sleep with you and be your friend. So in a relationship, yes, you have friendship and you have intimacy and you have love and all this other stuff. He didn't give you the love and the security that you required. He gave you two components: friendship, and he gave you intimacy. You got nothing else out of it.
And it probably wasn't even intimacy, because I wonder if it's like the thrill of the moment, where it's like this is something that we shouldn't be doing, but we're doing it, so it's exciting and it's fun. But if this was to be reality, and I'm sure that's what he saw, like this was to be,
if she was to have somebody.
I don't know, like, it could be where she's just fixated on this person, because that does happen, where you're so fixated on that one person that you cannot have, you're not realizing that there's other people out there that want to date you or be with you. I'm not saying that she's probably looking for a relationship. She probably is not looking for a committed relationship, but like, if you're fixated on one person, you don't see that there's other people that want to be with you.
It's weird that he has somebody, he's settling down, he's having a kid, and she's still over here just living life.
She's not even living life, she's stuck.
Wanting to be the godmother of some dude.
I don't know, like that would have been an automatic, like, why are you asking me this question?
I would have been like, no, weirdo.
Why are you asking me? And it's a no. I don't, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like, not only do I believe in karma, But I feel like you also have to take that other person in mind, like she's oblivious to what's going on. Would you really want to be in that type of situation? Like, no one deserves to be in that type of situation.
I think she was dumb. I don't mean to call her dumb.
I don't. Mm-hmm.
I just think she wasn't smart or was thinking about anything when she said, "Well, I don't know what extent he talked about me to her about." Are you serious, lady? You don't know the extent of the conversation? You know the extent of the conversation? Oh, this is my best friend from like 20 years.
Yeah, she's been there for me. She helped me out of these situations.
I trust her.
Yeah, basically that's where
And she's a college friend, because when you add like, oh, it's high school, this is middle school, this is college, it gives you this sense of
like we were actually friends. We went through a lot together.
I was young, because college years usually what 18 to 21 or something,
23 or something like that. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like I feel like this is one of the reasons why, you already know my stance on this, why people don't trust when people have friends of the sex that they're attracted to. Like, because like now, you could be attracted, women could be attracted to women, men could be attracted to whatever it is. Because I remember I had like this friend from work, like where her and our birthdays, hers was the first, mine is the fifth.
Let's not talk about her.
You don't even know her, but
she's a nobody.
But I liked her, and it's like she was like on her fitness kick and whatever, and I'm like, I'm looking at her like, oh, we're the same, but she's getting to this goal. But anyway, she she ended up marrying a woman. And it would be like now and then, like, we wouldn't text or whatever, we just worked at the same place, and I think she left. But it would be like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, there's this place, you want to go check it out or whatever. Where at that moment, her partner was like, why are you talking to Monique? And why are you hanging out with her? And so like, Monique doesn't go that way. Okay. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, whoever the person is attracted to, when you have a lot of those people around them, I could see why some people are insecure about it, because not everyone is telling you the full story. You know what I mean?
Well, this dude obviously wasn't, and he thought it was okay and cool to then bring this woman into their family, because that's what he's doing. He's bringing some woman he slept with, and
who knows, because it wasn't confirmed whether or not there's, at least I didn't get.
I would have asked.
I didn't get whether or not, but it's not confirmed that they had stopped once he was with his fiance, or is something that they are continuing to do.
I mean, she never see. My whole thing is, if I was telling the story, I would have been like, we're no longer doing that. We have stopped ever since he was with this woman, and stopped. So there's no like sexual tension or anything like that in between us. She didn't even say that to clarify it. And I'm not saying, like you said, we're not saying that she is, but you didn't say you were.
And we don't know. Maybe they edited it a certain way for us. But they could have edited a certain way just to make it more suspenseful, or
I guess so. But I mean, I would have easily said, but Steve, we're no longer sleeping with each other. It's been like 10 years. It's been 5
years, or ever since he, started dating, or taking his fiance serious. We stopped.
She didn't say that. She didn't clarify that.
It just makes it seem as if whenever he travels over there, that's where he's stopping. I don't know. See, this is why it's like people have certain insecurities, and this is where it's hard, because it's like, you don't know, okay, is this person that's being very insecure and this is a them problem? Or are they not being insecure because they're actually seeing something and they're calling you out on it? But because it's something that most people are insecure about, you think it's a them problem and it's not a you problem. So like, say, for example, like say if you have a friend that he overly flirts with you and everything, but your partner sees it as like, you know what, I don't really trust, or I don't like that you guys, or I'm not really comfortable with the relationship that you guys have, because I don't think that he's taking your friendship the same way that you're taking the friendship that you two have. You know, some people could be like, no, he's just jealous. You know, why should you throw away your friend for that you had even before him? But it could be where he's acting like, no, this guy is not, like, from what I'm seeing, he's not your friend. You think he's your friend, but he really isn't your friend. He's just waiting in the shadows until
For
you
me
open
to-
up your,
yeah. For me to not, there's, we're not going to mention names, Monique, but Monique has mentioned to me many times of people who were sitting in the shadows for me and waiting for that one day that I wasn't with my ex-partner to gobble you up. So anytime I had problems, you know, these people would just rush over. And all I'm thinking is, oh, they're my friends.
No, you were genuinely thinking that they're your friend. And I'm, you know, I was like, no,
I'm like,
they're not.
What are you talking about?
But that's what I'm saying. But it's like, if you're in a relationship where now your partner, like, you know, I think it may be a little bit different. Like if your friend, your actual friend, like how I was calling out for you. Yes. And that time you couldn't see it, but you eventually saw. But like say versus your partner, you could put it on your partner, like, no, you're just being insecure, but they could be actually seeing something that is not correct. Cause you know, you will see some people like, it's just hard because in some relationships, people do try to segregate you from your friends and your family and stuff like that. And then other people.
I think I was in all of these relationships. Anything toxic, I have been in. I've been in it.
No, but but you had me, but you just didn't want to listen at the time. But like say, but then it could be the other way where they're like, no, these people really don't mean you any good. And because I really do care about you, this is why I'm bringing it to your attention. So it's very hard when you know that there are people that are lying or hiding things just to get their way to do things. That I think if you're in the situation, is sometimes it's hard to discern whether or not this person actually has your best interest in mind, or they're just trying to segregate you or isolate you from everyone else.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah, because I mean, if a guy came up to you and say, or, you know, your current partner came up to you and say, you know, oh, you know, so-and-so, I want her to be the godmother, you know, we've blah, 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 blah. You heard it like, oh, she's cool or whatever, but this omitted the fact that they were sleeping together for years. You may just be like, okay, well, this is a cool person in your life or whatever, not realizing that she's probably hiding in the shadows, waiting.
Oh, yeah. This woman is definitely, I don't think she's hiding in the shadows, but I think she's just liking the fact that this man still is with her, regardless of everything, even the big parts of his life.
Yeah, that's a big part.
Yeah, because she seems to, like you said earlier, she was smiling about it, and she seemed happy about to be able to say this 20 years and we've been hooking up and blah 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 blah. And maybe it could be nerves or whatever, but her mannerisms were like,
no, but you didn't catch it. Like when Steve was like, oh, that's why I said let me put on the captions, because I need to actually hear what she said. When he was like, oh, we travel, he travels, we don't live in the same state, but he travels. And Steve was like, oh, no one is going to travel if it ain't that good. Like, it is. That's right. It's like, you know,
time wasted. I heard that. No time wasted. Well, you wasted 20 years with a man who's with somebody else and gonna be wifing somebody else up and having a kid with somebody else, and you're over here just waiting for him to just drive back to you, and that's it for a couple of hours, and then drive back home. You're nothing else, and that's all it is. Maybe that's what you enjoy. Maybe that's what you enjoy in life, but I'm pretty sure this woman that's at home doesn't enjoy it. You need to cut it off. You need to be a better person. If this man is not going to do it, let him do it with somebody else, but you're not going to be part of it. That's all. Take yourself out of that situation. Take yourself out of the situation that you know is going to be detrimental to somebody else. And if he wants to go with somebody else, then that's his own.
That's his prerogative. You're not messed up in the shenanigans, right?
That's it. I mean, you make a mistake. Yes, people make mistakes. Well, come to the realization, I'm making a mistake. I'm hurting some other kid. I'm hurting some other woman, and I don't want to have anything to do with it. Because I think most people will think, well, if it's not with me, it's with somebody else. Well, then it can be with somebody else.
Let them parade around. Yeah,
I'm not gonna
let
do
them parade around. You know, like you do what you want to do. You know, it would be different if this fiance was into that, or you know, knew the whole story and like, okay,
Yeah,
no, I'm okay with
they have
that. That
fun and
doesn't
that's what they
matter.
do. Yeah.
But if I the fact that they're hiding, but you know, like I know, like I would want to know whether or not him and the fiance actually get married, because he doesn't seem like a person that really is able to. I know I'm reading a lot into this, but that maybe be able to make a commitment, because in my head I'm like, okay, is that his fiance because she's pregnant?
And he probably, I mean, it's 20 years, they're 20 plus years from college. You know, he probably is ready to try to settle down and fit whatever, you know, his parents want or whatever this woman wants or whatever it is. But don't be playing with people. You know, that I think we had this conversation before and you said it too. At least let people know what it exactly that you want, because it's not fair for the other person, especially if you care for them at any point or any kind of inkling of care. You need to let that person know, because now it's not, you're still doing your own stuff, but this person here is thinking that you're somewhere else and you're not there with them. So you're doing a disservice to this person. This poor person is just following you around thinking everything is okay. People just are so selfish sometimes. I know this is not even part of the topic, but people are just selfish. This right here is
No,
selfishness.
it's a cause of selfishness. It's more like there's always, like I feel like, but especially when it comes to relationships, there's always someone that's looking for something that is similar to what you're looking for, but it's just being honest about it. And if that person and you are not looking for the same thing, then you know you have to move on. And it's like okay to be alone while you look for, you know,
Because
the
you're not going to
person that
chase
you
that
match with.
person. You're not going to
No,
chase that person.
not even that, but it's like having more of a self-worth to know that you're worth much more. And then probably sitting down and asking, maybe she needs to ask herself, what is it that she really wants out of a relationship and out of a life? And is this really what she wants? Because, you know, everybody, you know, some people are okay with it. And you have, let's say, let's just put like traditional, like a man and a woman that they're okay with having their husbands having a mistress. You have some women that are okay with that. You know, nothing is wrong with that. It's just that this is how you choose to define your relationship. But everyone as adults need to be aware of that.
You should just be honest. If you want an open relationship, have one. I mean, hey, if I don't need to do any intimacy with you and I could just sit here and relax, might be a good thing. You know, I don't
No, it's like
have an open
everything, you know,
relationship.
things work for, you know, for different people, and it's not judging. It's just that you have to be open and not stringing people along, and you have to take personal responsibility for yourself in a sense of you see what it is, stop trying to make it into something that it's not. And then based on what you're seeing that it actually is, you have to decide, is this something that I want to do or I'm okay with doing? And if it's, and is it hurting other people? Because I'm a believer, do what you want to do, but not at the expense of others.
And what most people do now. Well, maybe it's because it's more in the media and everything else, but people just tend to hurt each other. I mean, coming from my own family, like I think we pull from like our personal experiences, but my own family, I think, and being personal, I think my father should have left a long time ago or whatever it is and told my mom the truth a long time ago so my mom could have finished her life the way she wanted it instead of like this. Because of him, she wasn't able to go back home and visit her family and see them before they passed, because he said that they, you know, please don't divorce me, please don't do this, da da da, I love you, I love you. Meanwhile, my dad has been in a outside marital, and he's doing infidelity over here, but he's telling my mom to stay. Just be honest. Just be honest. And that's the whole thing. People cannot be honest because it's their, I feel like maybe it's their own guilt for themselves. You know, like when a murderer kills somebody and they're like, you're sentenced to life in jail. Are they really crying for the person that they killed? Or are
Or
they
that they got
crying
caught.
because they got caught? And that's, I think most of the time, that's the same thing that comes into the mind when somebody is found cheating or doing something like that. Are they upset because they got caught, or are they upset because they hurt that person? And I don't think for the most part they're worried that they hurt somebody. They're worried, they're upset because they got caught. And that's I think it's just horrible. People are like that. They just
And
care
that's
too
why I
much.
feel like you also have to take self responsibility for things, in a sense of, you know, when you see things are happening, because, you know, we see things, but as human beings we tend to ignore things just to kind of save ourselves, or to make ourselves not have to feel that hurt. But I
Because
feel,
who knows? This fiance probably already knows.
who knows, but she's like, well, as long as she stays in her lane, you know, we're good. You know, like there's so many things, but I just feel like, you know, if you're seeing that you're being placed in a position, and that's the thing, I feel like she's okay with being placed in this position. But if you see that you're being placed in the position, the responsibility doesn't lie 100% on the other person. It's half and half, because we do have decisions. But in her case, I don't know, just from her facial expressions, you know, I may be reading into things. She seemed that she was okay with this position that she
She
was.
seemed fine with it. She seemed fine with it, and she seems actually very disappointed that Steve didn't come up with some other plan,
Or
like,
why it's good for her to be the godmother.
or maybe you should talk it to the fiance, or maybe you guys should talk together and explain. None of that. He was just like, no, it's uncomfortable. It's a bad situation for everybody, for her, for the fiance, for the baby, and for that family. Stop breaking up these homes. If you know you're breaking up a home, don't do it. Let whoever it is that's their home and they want to break it up, let
Let
them.
them self-destruct it on their own. Let them do it
You
on
don't need
their
to be
own.
part of it.
Nope.
Don't be part of it, because you know what? It comes back to you. Maybe not now, maybe not later, but if it's not you, it's your
It's gonna be
children.
someone that's close to you. I agree. All right. So from what you've heard from our discussions and you watching the video along with us, I'm just curious to know, like, would you have said yes? You know, this is to the audience. I know Uni and I are both saying hell no to the church. But like, would you have? I don't know. Like, would you have said yes? And if
And
yeah,
why?
why? Yeah, it'd just be
Why do you think it's
interesting. No.
cool? I mean, that's up to you. That's fine with me. If you want to say yes, go say yes, but at least give me an explanation of
I
why
would,
you said
I just be curious as to know why, you know, like, because maybe
or there's
there's something that we're not thinking about, maybe. I don't know.
well, because it's a big I understand it's a big privilege, but let the people talk, because
Let them decide.
I'll
Yeah.
just judge them later.
Well, thank you everyone for
Oh,
joining
I want to
us. What?
preach for showing us that how not to be sued, because obviously we have to stop some of the footage, right? You can't show
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
footage, and so we won't be demonetized before we're demonetized.
Yeah, Abba and Preacher giving us our education.
Yes, you're doing a great job. Even though we don't always agree with you guys. But
You need always trying to pick a fight with Abba and Preach.
I do.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to another one of our episodes. If anything, please come back and join us and check out all the other things that we have coming soon on our channel. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.